All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Blind View. And here's your host, Miss Rebecca Meadows.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us tonight for this exciting episode of The Blind View. My co-hosts Anya and Brandon are joining me. And actually, I think Anya might not be with us yet. But how are
No,
you,
I'm
Brandon?
here. I am
Anya's
here.
here. So, how are you guys tonight? Anya,
Oh,
how are you?
I'm doing okay, except for the fact that, as you guys heard, that I lost my internet and my electricity because of the.
Oh,
Yeah, they're fixing the a neighbor's yard, and the limb just fell on the transformer. And
oh no.
yeah.
Well,
So as I was talking, I already joined the studio, and then all of a sudden something goes kaboom and silence, and I thought something happened to my headphones. I go, Robert, I think I did something to the headphones, and it goes, nope, that's not it. We just lost power. That's why you got
Oh
disconnected.
no.
well,
I'm
as
glad
I
you were
was
able
walking in, you were saying something about falling out, and I was just thinking, well, gosh, I hope you have elbow pads and knee pads if you fall out.
Well, fall out from the stream. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, out here in Arizona, it might be nice to fall out of a stream. You just feel some nice warm wind on you. Say, that feels nice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so does anybody have any topics that are burning in their souls they want to talk about tonight?
Well,
Well,
there's.
I'm a pretty good conversationalist, so I can go a lot of ways. I thought I might just start by answering your question, Becca, as far as how I'm doing. But if you guys have something like burning a hole in your soul, I mean, I don't want that hole to get too big, So
Right. So I just thought,
Well, if nobody has anything to say right away, I can start with the today's news if you guys want offer
okay.
your opinions about the shooting in Dallas, Texas, ICE facility this morning.
Oh yeah.
What about it?
Can you hear me,
Well,
guys?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Lori.
Okay, hi
Hey,
there.
Lori.
Hi there.
Hey. Yeah, so it was pretty shocking. So I mean, not shocking to the point because it's been predicted, it's gonna keep happening sadly.
Yes.
No, I don't think so. I have to disagree with you right off the bat. No,
Well, please do. I wish I
I
was
hope-
wrong. I want to be
No.
wrong on this one.
So I gotta just debate you a little bit here because I'm just saying. I'll let you finish. Don't worry. I don't mean to at all cut you off. But I mean, after what we saw at Charlie Kirk's memorial, after that beautiful speech by Erica Kirk,
Oh yeah, that was
Then this
amazing.
So, but what do you know about it, though?
Rebecca,
Because I don't know a lot about it.
Put my hunting back.
Alexa, stop.
Yeah.
Alexa, stop. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, can I
Yeah.
cut it off?
The speech was really good. Like the event was very powerful. That totally blew the lefties' minds, which is good. But Erica is. Of course, it's her. It's her decision. It's her feelings, and I totally respect that. It's her husband. But I'm just saying, like, my God, I'm not that good of a Christian. I would not forgive his ass. I would want his ass to be on hot coals and have his nuts roasted on an open fire.
All right, hey, Anya, are you a Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm not super heavy practicing Christian, but I identify as one.
You feel more like the president.
I'm really shocked to hear you say that as a Christian because that is totally not what we were ever taught in church or Sunday school or what it says on the Word of God. That attitude.
No, we talked about this a little bit a couple of episodes ago, and I said, yeah, I'm that kind of Christian. If you smack my cheek, I'm not gonna give you another one. I'll turn you around and give you a kick in the butt.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned in that episode that pointed out that in the Bible, God tells us to turn the other cheek.
It does.
And that means forgive. And he tells us to forgive for all things, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's good that she forgave.
That means even if your husband gets murdered, even if you lose a loved one to a crime like that, you're supposed to forgive. Because when you look at it from an eternal perspective, Like God asks us to look at it from an eternal perspective, from His perspective, right? And sin, sin is sin, but another sin doesn't undo the first sin, right? And um, like by this guy being put to death, it's not going to bring Charlie back, and Erica knows that, and Erica knows that Charlie would want to forgive. What's his name? Tyler, I think. Charlie would choose to forgive Tyler.
Well,
I
Becca,
believe
but
that.
you're talking about two different things. I guess what I'm talking about, there is a difference between forgiveness and justice. Yes, you can forgive because forgiveness gives you personally relief. You don't simmer
Exactly.
anger in your
And that's
soul,
what
Exactly.
but
and
it
Erica
doesn't mean
said
that the
she
person should
forgives.
not receive the punishment.
Yeah, well,
So
Erica
Yeah.
said she forgives him. Did she say he should not be punished?
no, I know, but I'm just telling you what I said earlier, that what I would want him to be punished, and I said it kind of crudely how I would want to see that, obviously exaggerated, but yeah. So I guess that's what I'm referring to, justice, and
Oh,
she
oh,
she
but what
she
I was
for
referring to though is after that, then today, it's 3 days later,
Mm.
and there's a shooting in Dallas. But that's what I meant though, Anya. I don't know a lot about it. I know it was in Dallas at an ICE facility, but like for instance, I did hear JD Vance today say there are some things that we haven't went public with yet, but we can say with a pretty fair amount of certainty. So, I mean, what's the latest on today's bullcrap?
Yeah, I mean that story was very sad, and I know that this is probably not what the shooter was intending, but he actually ended up killing the detainees. I don't know what.
Yeah, the illegal aliens probably. Yeah, yeah. But again, I'm not happy that they died.
Have
I'm not happy
they
about
No,
haven't
that.
they haven't released the name of the shooter in this situation, have they?
Have they
I
not?
think they have.
I didn't
Maybe.
hear a name. I didn't hear a name last time I heard the report go through, but it's been a couple hours since I heard it. But
Me
so what
too.
was the name
Yeah.
then, Anya? Did you hear a name?
I think I heard the name, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I
I
didn't know they had released the name of the suspect. And so since they released his name, did they give a motive? Do they know what
well,
his motive might be?
I mean, do you not know the motive yourself?
Well, no, he killed immigrants at an ICE facility.
Yeah, because he killed them by accident. Obviously, he was going after the ICE officers,
But
which
I
is
I
think
the
he.
I
I think
know
he.
nothing is obvious when you don't even know the identity of the gunman. How can you say
Oh,
his
but
motives
I
are
think he was
obvious?
because I think he was of a certain persuasion. I heard that too.
yeah. I mean, if you know who would be going after um police officers or ICE officers or whoever, if you're not, I mean, I'm sorry, but the
Oh,
whole violence goes from the left.
I I I agree, but it if this person is insane, he could have been doing it for any reason. And
well, they're all insane.
it just seems strange to me that if he went in there with a gun and he managed to shoot 3 people, but he didn't manage to hit a single ICE agent, if that's who he was really shooting for, it just seems to me like maybe this guy's just wacko, not doing it for any reason that sensible people think. Like normal people think, oh, obviously if he's shooting at an ICE facility, he's shooting for ICE agents. But maybe this guy's just some kind of wacko.
No. I think he was.
There and
No,
not
I
hit
think
a
I think he
single
was
ICE
a.
agent.
I think he was a radical trans activist.
Absolutely, I
Have
think that's
they identified him as trans? I didn't hear anything about identification yet.
well. I can
But what
speak to
what I
transport,
heard is
but
that there were messages on the bullets, on these bullets as well. I think this is 3 in a row. Bam, bam, bam.
yeah. So there were some hate
And,
messages. I don't know what they were, but they were engraved on the bullets, just like the messages were engraved on the bullets that killed Charlie Kirk.
yeah,
So
there's
And at the
copycats that
church.
use similar things to try to give people feel certain impressions. But does anybody remember what was written on the bullets?
I don't think they specified the messages. It was just generalized. Maybe they were different ones. I mean, I just scammed the news about that because it's just the phase of hot takes. It's still.
Yeah, but when it comes to these shootings, it's really important that we get accurate information. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And not assume that they're all the same. Because
Oh, I'm not assuming, but at the church, at the
Mhm.
Charlie Kirk event, and now at this event in Dallas, all of the bullets had sympathetic messages to the radical transsexual movement.
Oh well, you know what? When that first shooter put those messages on the bullets, oh, I'm sure other potential shooters thought, "Wow, what a cool idea! I'm going to do that when I finally go out and do my shooting."
Okay, but what
What a
political
cool
persuasion could those
idea.
people be?
Well, who cares what political persuasion they can be? Anybody has the ability to write on a bullet.
Yeah,
know,
but
Right,
who,
right.
who would do it though?
Well, anybody could do it. The left, the right, the middle,
The right?
the inside,
Are you
the
kidding me about?
outside.
Right? Can you name me at least one person from the right, like Christian Republican, who
No.
would actually do that? Who would consider doing
I'm
that?
not saying that is typical of members of the right. What I'm saying is we're all human beings. We all have the ability to go a little crazy and do crazy stuff.
Correct.
Like,
Yeah.
listen, like I've always been pro-life. I've always been pro Second Amendment. I've always been all this stuff that is Republican, right? But when I was younger, I really there were people in my life I fantasized about going and taking a gun and killing these people. Like I understand kind of what these shooters are thinking, you know, and I'm just telling you, they a lot of them probably are copycatting each other with that writing on the bullet stuff.
That's sad.
I just
Especially
think
because there's been like 3 cases of it now. The last 3 shootings have involved that, and I just think that's a copycat thing.
I just think it's disgusting, though. I am not supportive. I'm going to go on record right here now. I am not personally supportive of either the homosexual or the transsexual movement at all. Now, that's not to say that I wouldn't ever, talk to someone or maybe even possibly be friends with someone who is, but I will not support that community and that movement. I won't give money. I won't give my time. I won't volunteer to increase awareness of whatever they want to increase awareness about. Like if I know somebody that's gay or lesbian, or even if they were transsexual, if they weren't radical and it wasn't their whole damn identity, then I might be willing to, talk with them and stuff. But right now, there's so much hatred coming only out of the left.
Exactly.
They're the only ones doing this right now.
Brandon, I need to point something out, though. You were just talking about the transgenders and you kind of lumped them in with gays and lesbians. And that's not, from my understanding, that's not what's going on. My understanding is that the gay and lesbian community, for most of them, that they don't embrace the transgender community, that they're opposed to the stuff that the transgenders are saying and doing. And they don't support that transgender is different than homosexuality.
Right, and your point?
Yeah, well, I'm just pointing out to Brandon because he was lumping transgenders and homosexuals
that's
together.
because LGBTQIA plus, right?
Yeah. Well, the movement was hijacked by radical leftists, decades
No, that's true
ago.
too.
Yeah, like the gay and lesbian movement never used to be like that, like it is now, with the addition of the transgender movement in there.
Well, but I just right, and there is actually a group called Gays Against Groomers that I do think would be worth getting to know. So, but I'm not saying they're all the same, but I think that if there are sort of pockets of the gay and lesbian and queer and bisexual communities that do not like this, they better speak up and speak out now. Because unfortunately, the radical left has lumped them all together. How many times do you hear LGBTQIA plus, LGBTQIA plus, LGBTQIA plus? They're all lumped together right now by the radical left. Because it takes a village, right? No, it doesn't. It takes a mom and a dad.
Yeah. So
That's where I'm at.
What do you guys think about these? What were those ladies called that were reading storybook time to the kids at the public libraries?
Drag queens.
Drag queens, yes.
Oh, how sad.
How very, very disgusting. Yeah.
Did somebody say sad?
I just said, I thought you said, I thought you said that there was something that was. I mean, if that's what they're doing, that's too bad that they're doing that.
That they're reading to children?
No, that you said mentioned about the drugs.
No,
Drugs?
I said drag queens.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not
We're
hearing
talking
correctly.
about drag queen story hour.
I'm so sorry. I'm not hearing correctly because I have such a bad cold. So forgive me.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so we're just talking about kind of the way the transgender movement has impacted our communities and the way they're infiltrating our public libraries and exposing our children to the perversion and sickness that they have in their own
Mm,
minds, you know. And as a parent, it really concerns me, you know.
yes.
And I have a lot of friends that have children, so of course it's a topic of conversation a lot. So, um,
Yeah, it
but
should be
that's
just
what we were talking about.
eradicated
Oh
completely. I
yeah,
mean, if you wanna read to kids, you don't have to dress up like that. You don't have to act out your sexual perverseness
mhm.
elsewhere with the kids. You know?
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
No.
And they could be more if they want to do read to kids and read to more kids. They could like start their own Rumble channel where they could go on and read to children every day at a certain time, right? And be open about it so the whole world can see them doing it, right? Instead of hiding in a public library in a corner where the whole world can't see what they're teaching our children, you know?
Oh, no, no, no. But they wanted us to see. But people like me don't want to see that. We are very concerned about the destruction of the nuclear family, the destruction of, heteronormative ideals and principles and philosophies. We that's crazy. That's crazy. We're just worried about it, and we don't want to see that.
Yeah, and I understand that, but
Mm-hmm.
because everybody has to be given freedom of speech, but we don't really want our kids seeing it in public like that. What I'm saying is they could do their stuff on like a channel that's online so parents can shut it out from their children's view. Like why can't we take our kids to the public library and spend time with our kids, teach them about books without running into a drag queen story hour there? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Public.
Right.
You're
That's a
right.
public place where we should be able to go and as a blind parent, it's concerned me over the years when I take my son's places. Well, what are they seeing, right? I mean, my kids are both adults now, but boy, when they were little, it really concerned me. But I still took my kids out in public and did all kinds of things with them, right? But I
Right.
never really knew what kind of stuff they might be seeing. I just had to trust that God would protect their minds, right, and their hearts.
Mm.
But our kids see so much shit on TV and
They
on
do. Yes, they
and
do.
from violence to sexual perversion to drug and alcohol abuse, and they learn how to not only abuse others through social media and online and TV and stuff, but they learn how to abuse themselves too. And I that's one thing I really don't like about the way our media is done is that so many of the shows there's so much violence,
That's right.
and there's not a lot of uplifting, educational, nourishing programming out there. Food that
Unfortunately, there's not.
nourishes your soul, mind and soul and body, right? All three at once. And that'll make you laugh and make you feel things and make you think things, right? That open your mind and heart up. And it really frustrates me the level of like the poor quality of the television out there these days. I can't even stomach to watch it, man. I've
No, I
tried
don't
to
even
watch
have
it,
TV
but it's not
turned
even worth
on.
it.
Pardon me.
Yeah, like I go to my phone to watch something. I always just watch the news because I there's nothing else really worth watching. And I'm always
No.
trying to educate myself on what's going on in the world because I just missed out on a lot early on, and so I'm always trying to catch up.
And
And
speaking
because
of TV, speaking of TV, what do you guys think of Jimmy Kimmel being back?
oh,
Just
um,
last week we celebrated how his ass got kicked off, and then 2 days later he's back.
yeah, well,
Brandon, I thought Brandon was gonna have to say a lot about that. I don't know why I thought that.
No.
Brand-
I'm just waiting though. I'm not trying to cut anybody off. I mean,
Oh.
I think it's a kind of, like a wait and see. Like, you better have learned your lesson, Jimmy. You better have learned your lesson. So because the FCC is federal. Okay, so
yeah, well, I mean, I was pretty offended by what he said, and because I was offended by it, I kind of understood why other people were even more offended. But I quickly came to the whole sticks and stones thing, and he is a comedian, and comedians are known for putting their feet in their mouth, you know what I mean? And so, honestly, in my mind, it was just like, what else should we expect from someone like Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Well, for the
I mean,
well,
isn't that
and like what I was learning just preliminarily last week, though. I mean, it sounds like historically Jimmy Kimmel has really kind of flip flopped and stuff, and worn a lot of different personas, shall we say? So I don't know. I just think that nowadays more than ever, it's important
Yeah.
to be authentic and to really, decide who you are.
right? Well,
So
you know, Jimmy Kimmel's been entertaining for a long time and he has quite a following. And because of that, I kind of feel like, was it NBC or CBS he was kicked off of? Or
ABC.
ABC? Like, I kind of feel like ABC kind of owes him the second chance because of how long he was on their air and how the huge following he had and stuff.
I disagree. He's just an entitled brat, and if you become into such garbage and you start talking such mean stuff on TV and trying to make it like it's not even comedy, he was not funny at all, and it pissed off a lot of people. So it's not a joke with you. He was full of hate, so that's why he got kicked off.
well, see, and that's what I found so shocking because okay, so I just briefly, I didn't do it like every night or whatever. I don't watch a lot of TV either, although I will say sometimes I do watch TV. Like I just started watching the limited series Alien Earth on Hulu, which just came out in August, because I get tired of looking so deeply at the real world. I'm all too aware. So sometimes I'm just like, man, I just need something to just take my mind off of all the crazy, corrupt bullcrap of the world. But yeah, and I did hear someone saying, the federal government shouldn't be policing, local TV channels and whatever. But I don't know. Like I watched him briefly in the early 2000s, right? And I thought he was funny back then. But I mean, I probably haven't watched Jimmy Kimmel, like actually sat down and watched the show in, gosh, 10, 15, 20 years. So it was a long time ago. So was he not funny? You don't think he was funny on you?
Well,
I don't know.
I never saw an episode of his show, but I watched other late night comedians over the years, and so I understood their humor and understood that they always poked fun on whoever was in the White House, and so I understood they were poking fun at Trump. Even though I love Trump, I still watch their humor and I still chuckle at it.
Me too. I think that would be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I heard he went full blast yesterday, just, saying so many nasty things about Trump. He sort of apologized because he was forced to apologize about what he had said about Charlie Kirk. I think that was part of the deal with the network. He kind of... Yeah, but then he went on and unloaded on Trump. I didn't watch it because I don't need to waste my time on this garbage. But I just read the reviews, like what people were saying.
You know what's so funny? Again, I just have to go back to the left, the radical left at least, is apoplectic about Donald Trump. For hating the man so much, they sure do know everything about him. That's awful funny. And
I know
how much we feel like we suffered under tyranny under Joe Biden, if it even was Joe Biden, not the auto pen we were suffering under.
He was a walking comedy himself, Joe Biden.
We didn't go burn places down. We didn't go shoot places up. I mean,
I wonder how long
crazy
it'll be
faces.
before
I
they
mean,
start doing skits of the Joe Biden presidency. On
Never.
you don't think they
yeah,
will? I bet they
probably
will.
he's a frail old man.
Well, for one thing, it's irrelevant. The second thing, they tried so hard to do the cover up for him. I
Mhm.
mean, he was stumbling down the stairs and greeting the air, shaking his hand, pretending he's
Yeah.
greeting somebody. There were so many comical episodes with him. Not a single comedian was making fun of it. Nobody. So,
Right.
and Trump, who's been great at everything what he's doing, and yeah, they just unload on him like that. So there's complete hypocrisy.
But that's really how most things are in life, really, Anya. In most areas of life, you'll find that.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I
think
don't
we
think
used
so
to
either.
I think we used to be less partisan. I think we used to understand the meaning of compromise. Like,
Oh,
no,
no,
you're
what-
not gonna, you're not gonna
what
get
I
everything you
mean-
want. But
What I mean is, it's often the whiny, lazy, sore loser leftist type who gets ahead in this world, and the righteous, hardworking, God fearing, America loving Republican gets, kicked in the face. That's what I was saying.
well, I don't know, but I just it's funny, this continuing resolution, right? The Democrats recently approved it, what, 6 months ago? And now they're just like, nope, not interested, not, la, 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 don't want to hear, la, 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 la. It's like, oh my gosh, this is the same thing you guys just approved. And now, because Donald Trump is in office, just literally, just because Donald Trump is in office, literally, like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
substitute any name, Ben Shapiro, Amy Watkinson. They won't
Ladies
sign
and
it.
gentlemen, please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Why don't they have blind people sections at sporting events? Why do I gotta pay the same price to not see shit? Okay? The Jumbotron ain't even built for me.
I am the business manager here at the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
I see you brought the film crew. Make sure you get my good side.
All right, settle down and get focused on your tasks.
I teach the art of cuisine, child.
You wanna know what the problem, the biggest problem in the blind community? It's you sighted people.
Just take a look over here.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, man.
Okay, you all need to turn off those cameras and just leave the building.
Wait, Joe, hold on.
Oh, on your right.
You're on the right.
How would you know that the men you're dating are black?
No, this is not card member services. This is the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
CJ, where are his pants?
I don't know.
Billy doesn't work here. He basically came with the building.
I can be the very first mayor of Blind Sylvania.
Make blind America great again.
There goes my pie.
This happens every day?
No, of
Sometimes.
course not.
Oh, wow. I was just remembering the day that we shot the pie scene on that show, and when we got to eat the pie.
Oh, the pie scene. That is awesome. That is awesome. So I don't know, I don't lose any sleep over politics. I really don't. And one thing I really started to think about is that Charlie Kirk often said, politics, that's not the end all be all. That's really not the end all be all. So I'm not, Charlie Kirk is Charlie Kirk. I'll let him speak for himself. But I don't know. This shooting in Dallas today, yet another shooting by a radical left trans activist, messages carved on the bullets. Again, you need to clean up your side of the street, radical left. You need to clean it up. Because I think you tried to do this to make it look like it was one of us MAGA people, and you failed again.
Yeah. Well, they always fail when they set out to do wrong. It's like it says in the Bible, when you set out for revenge, dig 2 graves. And it seems like everything the left does is try to get Trump or get revenge on Trump or get rid of Trump, or you know what I mean? And when they set out with the ill motive like that, it always backfires on them, you know.
Well, and have you guys saw? I don't know if it was like meant to be funny or if it wasn't meant to be funny, but I saw this thing on X where it's this video, and this guy either did get fired or was pretending to get fired from his job, and he's all, why did you guys like tell my boss, man? Like, how am I gonna order my McDonald's now? Like, I used to order McDonald's every day. Like, how am I gonna do that now? Like he really was sad that he couldn't order McDonald's. And so why do I go there? Because I guess my point is, like, okay, if you want to make it look like a MAGA person shot up a bunch of probably criminal illegal aliens, don't carve radical trans activist messages on the bullets, because we're not, most of us, radical trans activists. That's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, what? I mean, I don't.
Don't you guys find it suspicious that they're not yelling the name of the shooter all over the news and telling us all about him, though? I find that really
Ryan
strange.
Ruth or Ralph, whatever, Ralph.
Ryan Ruth, the guy that took a shot at Trump.
Yeah, he tried to stab himself in the neck, but he failed.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Well, you heard he's representing himself, right?
Oh yeah, and he was found guilty on all counts.
Well, they say someone who represents themselves has a fool for a client.
Well, but they say,
and it's really, really true.
Appeal it though, and
yeah, I wonder if he appeals it. He could probably get a new lawyer then, I bet.
I mean, but again, what I think is crazy about that is, it's my understanding that the judge already made it abundantly clear, Mr. Ruth, do you realize what you're doing? Are you doing this of your own free will? Do you know what you're doing in agreeing to represent yourself? So he knew, and now we're going to let him appeal it for years and years and years and years. And what a waste of time and our tax dollars.
Well, yeah, like, I wonder if he can file for relief on the grounds of ineffective counsel, right?
But he knew that he was representing himself. That's
what I'm talking about. He obviously was ineffective counsel, and he could sue on the grounds that the government should not have allowed him to represent himself, knowing that he did not have the capability. He could do that. These prisoners come up with all kinds of reasoning, and that's like something he could do,
Yeah, and probably will.
Yeah.
But I don't like that, because it's like, dude, you already knew what you were getting yourself into. You already knew.
Okay, you should be in.
Yeah, I'm not. It says host wants to allow it.
By taking a shot at the president, he was already proving that he didn't trust the government. And so when
you can see and hear you.
But they can't.
Kind of makes sense that because he doesn't trust the government, he's going to represent himself and none of their lawyers that they try to get.
Yeah, we got you, Anya. We're talking about how what's his name, Ryan Ruth, is probably going to appeal for years and years and years. Even though he knew in advance he was crappy counsel for himself, he's probably going to appeal it. Yeah. Waste more of our tax dollars, waste more of our time. Oh my gosh.
Do you guys hear me at all?
Yes, we hear you, Anya.
Oh, okay. Because I've been here for a while, and then I connected my phone to the computer to charge, and then I logged back in, and then nobody could hear me. So I can hear you guys, but.
Okay, great. Well, everybody's here now.
Yeah, I think Gino fixed it. So.
Yeah. Okay, good job, Gino. Gino's our guy, huh, gang?
That's right.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Did you guys hear? I'm sure you have. But what do you think of the Trump's visit to the UN and this faulty escalator and teleprompter?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Well,
do you think it was intentional? I'm pretty sure it was intentional.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably.
Well. But let me say this. So yes, I did. I watched that whole speech, but then let me say this though. I'm going to say two things here. I might get a lot of vigorous, vociferous debate started here. So I then watched a speaker from the country of Indonesia, and I think this was last week, I watched when Barack Obama, the former president, was making a speech. And, I didn't entirely mind either one of their speeches. I didn't agree with them. But, like, for instance, the guy from Indonesia, I thought he was very respectful and stuff. But, for example, he clearly doesn't agree. For example, one of the things he said is might is not right. Well, okay, that's an interesting way to put it. I mean, I'm not saying that those who have power should just subjugate everyone, but I do think, though, that it's better to fight from a position of strength. So,
I'm sorry, what is not right? I didn't hear what you said.
Might, like strength, might, like you have a lot of might, a lot of.
Oh,
strength.
might is not right. Ah, I see.
And so that was clearly directed.
Oh, because he's from Indonesia.
I don't know much about that country, but I like a lot of their drinks. I know that, but that's about the only thing I know about Indonesia. But he was making the point that I guess from the UN, the United Nations, there was a time when Indonesia got a lot of help. I mean, I don't really know. Again, I don't know the history of Indonesia, and so I do think we should help where we can, and if it's responsible. But some things I don't think are responsible, though. Like I don't care about the mating rituals of some random obscure monkey. That does not affect my life at all. At all.
Oh, so are you saying like the billions of dollars of our tax money that they spend researching exotic wildlife?
Exactly.
You don't think that's appropriate?
No, I don't. See, I don't know. No,
I don't think it's appropriate either. And I think it's probably not even really happening. It's probably just something they threw out there to try to explain what happens to all our tax dollars, right? Because how's anybody ever going to prove that they're not really doing it?
True.
Yeah, you think?
And it's so obscure too. You can do research for years and years and years, and then.
Yeah, I don't believe any of this bogus shit. And I don't trust our government for what they've been doing with our tax dollars all these years. I don't trust them at all.
Well, that might be even worse then. That might show even more like contempt for the common person. That means they just kept all the money. That's even worse.
Well, look at what they did with all the Social Security.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
No. What do you mean? What?
Oh, are you one of those people who believes your Social Security is secure and safe and right there for you when you need it?
I mean, I think that it is in some jeopardy, but come on, government, you're so much smarter than me, right? I'm just a plebe, right? I'm just a dumb, stupid peasant, right? You're so smart. Oh, I have a master's in economics. Oh, I'm an economic statistician. Oh,
hey, what were you gonna say, Anya?
I was gonna ask you back. Are you referring? Speaking of Social Security, are you referring to Social Security actual money not necessarily being there? Oh, like we just believe it may be, but it's in other words, it may not.
I don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, haven't you been told that the Social Security fund is drained? That's empty.
Yeah, that's what you're. Okay, I got you. That's what you're.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. And the money that was supposed to be in the Social Security fund was money that they take from people's paychecks, that they've been taking from people's paychecks for decades now. When was that put in place? The Social Security Act.
Yeah, and they're giving it left and right.
Like when I was growing up, everybody I knew was paying into Social Security, and then I grew up, and everybody I knew grew up, and all of us have been paying into Social Security. But there's none there, and they're borrowing the Social Security. They're sending people every month now. They're borrowing,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but they're so smart though. They're so intelligent, right? They have degrees in finance and economics and business administration. And look at our papers. Oh, we're so smart.
Well, I'm afraid that we need people who aren't just intelligent, but who also have self-control and who have our best interests in mind. You know what I mean?
Wait. So let me ask this question though, because Okay, so I hear what you guys are saying. I've heard a little bit about that, but I do believe that at the current trajectory, Social Security likely will be insolvent by 2034. So yes, I do believe that.
I also
But
heard the same thing about the 4K for 4K
Pardon
fund.
me?
401k.
Pardon me, can you
401K
hear
fund.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was muted. I'm so sorry.
Okay, great. So, Lori, did you have something you wanted to add to our discussion about the Social Security Fund?
I'm agreeing with what you're saying. It is a question to be concerned about.
So but guys, how is it okay to send billions to Ukraine and then not be able to fix our own Social Security fund? How is that okay?
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
No, if somebody can explain it, how is Social Security is supposed to be for American citizens with disabilities who or who retire. I don't get it. It's above my pay grade. I don't worry about it. You know, I mean, I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. Like social programs are absolutely helpful for certain very certain groups of people, but you know, I think we should empower those groups of people.
Did you guys see where they're using our tax dollars to fund the retirement accounts of Ukrainians?
Yes,
That's
That
terrible.
really upsets me. It really
Now,
upsets
are they Ukrainian American or are they just
No,
straight
no, no.
Ukrainian?
In actual Ukraine. Yeah.
That's dumb.
I even
On their
joked with my
face.
friend who is in Ukraine. I said, like, hey, buddy, I'm paying your pension. You know, she's on disability.
I just don't understand.
That is really sad.
That's just dumb. Why would we do that? Why?
Because our politicians are assholes. And they're fucking stealing from us. Excuse my French. And they're giving money away
to hear Vladimir Zelensky tell it. He's all articulate and intelligent. He's got everything under control. So come on, Vladimir Zelensky, come on.
Well, Vladimir Zelensky has gotten so much richer since the beginning of the war. So one might wonder.
I'm just saying. I think Trump asked a very good question yesterday. Come on, Europe. What's you do? You're a lot closer than us. There's a whole ocean that separates us. What are you doing, Europe? Germany, France, Switzerland, Austria, Ireland, Scotland. Come on, Europe. Look at it all, y'all. Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Anything? Oh, you're gonna cry when we ask you to actually pay what you agreed to pay.
Well, I also wanted to make one point about Social Security. Not only it's been wasted like that, and you know, there may be way less money that we are told, but another problem that is the future problem I've been hearing that we have demographic crisis. You know, people don't want to have children anymore, and soon, like our generation, my generation, everybody's generation here, like who's on this call, I don't know how old you guys all are, but you know, so soon they won't have enough people to pay into Social Security to support when we are old.
And you know, this is the same problem that they've been having in China. And in China, they throw people to the wolves. No, I'm just kidding. But like in China, like they murder people, right? Like I read about this. I think I shared this on a previous episode. The thing in Reader's Digest that I read about what was the communists were doing in China, how they were doing all that terrible stuff. Like we don't want China to be ruling the world. You know what I mean? They don't believe in freedom and civil rights the way we do here in America and in the Western world.
Well, but this is a topic though that I do feel more sympathetic about. I can't say empathetic. No, I can't say that. Radical lefties. I can't say.
Ladies and gentlemen, be with us. We'll be right back after these messages. Hi, it's me, Rebecca S. Meadows, the author, with my new book, Living on Borrowed Time, The Ravings of an Angry Survivor of Traumatic Brain Injury and Guardianship Abuse. It's available on Kindle Digital Download, Amazon Print on Demand, and on Audible. please go check it out. And now back to the show. Okay, guys, we have about 15 minutes left because I have to cut at 6 o'clock because my friend Nicole's here visiting, okay?
Oh, what are you guys up to?
Oh, not much. We've just been hanging out and just hanging out basically, but we're gonna have dinner together. So
Is Patrick with you all too?
Oh yeah, Patrick's with us too. Yeah, he's entertaining her out there while I do my show. So
What's for dinner?
I don't know what we're gonna have yet. We'll decide when I go out. So
No, be surprised for you, right?
yeah, because I just like about an hour before we started the show, I thought to ask Patrick and Nicole. I was like, "What do you guys want to eat?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know." So we just got to figure it out. So
Well, there's lots of options.
oh yeah, there are lots of options. So
Do you guys order, like, do you guys use Uber Eats and all those, delivery services ever?
yeah, like we use it. Well, I don't do Uber Eats very often. I usually do DoorDash, but sometimes I do Uber Eats. But now that Patrick's back, we go and grab food to eat a lot. And since Nicole's here, we'll just talk to Nicole and like whatever she wants is what we'll go do, right? Like if she wants to go out to eat at a restaurant, we'll do that. If she wants to go grab food to eat and bring it back here, we'll do that. Or we'll grab food and go to a park and eat or whatever, because I'm trying to get Nicole out doing more things to give her more stimulation to help her with her recovery. And it really seems to be working because she's doing so good.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I'll just simply say, just to briefly touch on the previous topic, I just hope the economy gets better for Americans. Those of us on Main Street. It's like, I don't really care so much about the stock market, Trump. I'm glad it's doing well, but we need help over here on Main Street. For things just like that, the grocery store, the restaurants, the gas station. So come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's make it easier on all Americans, like you say.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, speaking of economy, it's a funny story for you guys. I think last year or a couple of years ago, last year I think, I was going through my old stuff and I found a receipt, grocery shopping receipt from like, I don't know, 2013 or 14, like long time ago. It was barely readable at this point because it's so old, but we were still able to make out some prices. I was like, my God, I wish those prices were right now like that. You could buy a pound of sausage like for $2.88, and I can remember a couple of.
Yeah.
At a time, it seemed, and ribeye steaks. That's not from the receipt. I just remember, 2014 or so, like two ribeye steak. I think 8-ounce steaks or even 10-ounce steaks you could buy for $20, and that was considered expensive.
Wow.
Yeah.
True, it was considered expensive then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not compared to now.
Yeah, I know it.
I fantasize sometimes about having that machine, when you travel, I don't know, 50 years ago, like, or some places, and you just, with all this current money, and you buy a whole lot more, and you try different things, and it'll be so fun.
I'm just saying, man, anybody that has hundreds of thousands of dollars and complains that they're almost broke, that's laughable to me. You guys don't know what it's like here on Main Street. You don't know. Most of us make around $40,000. Some a little more, some a little less.
Yeah.
But if you got $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000 in the bank, that you don't know what it's like on Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sad, But yeah, I mean, we got a long ways to go, radical lefties. So I hope your vocal cords are strong because you're still gonna need them because we are just getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very optimistic, Brandon, which is good. We need more optimism.
Girl, it hasn't even been a year yet. We still got 3 more years. It hasn't even been a year yet. And look, we've already stopped 7 wars already, right? We've got more investment in America in 8 months than Joe Biden got in 4 years already.
Yeah.
We've done that already. Can you imagine? We still got 3 years to go.
Well, I'll be honest, but I don't really understand. Maybe you can clarify, Brandon. When he says 7 wars, which wars is he talking about exactly?
Well, so I don't know all 7. But think of what we did between Israel and Iran. Nobody ever came close to doing anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a war between India and Pakistan that almost went nuclear. Nobody else ever bothered to do anything and intervene like that. Uh, so that's a Siri or a Gemini or a Perplexity or a ChatGPT question. What 7 wars does Donald Trump claim to have ended? And you can even say claim to have ended if you want to be moderate about it.
Yeah.
But we've gotten.
I'm going to ask my Alexa that when we get off the air.
Well, because I don't believe that Donald Trump just makes up things that are completely fictional. I don't think. Now, does he exaggerate sometimes? Does he use hyperbole sometimes? Okay, sure. Yeah. But things like that, 7 wars, I don't think that's totally just made up fiction. No.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as Trump gets fact checked, I don't think he would he would make it up.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Yeah.
Well, I know, but sometimes he says like you've never seen, Yeah, he has that phrase, like you've never seen.
Know, and everything's the most marvelous, biggest, largest you've ever seen, right?
Yeah,
I love that about
that's
Trump.
his style.
I love it. Guys, I'm trying to emulate that. I'm trying to start talking like him because I love him. I think it's hilarious.
I'm just like, I don't know if it's that amazing, Trump, but maybe I'm not there, so I don't know. Maybe.
Well, when he did his, when they did his mugshot, after he was arrested with that ridiculous case, and somebody made AI, like Trump's voice, this is the best mugshot. Nobody has ever seen better one. This is, look, believe me, you just believe me. It was funny.
Well, see, but the funny thing is, a lot of us, and yes, I will point to myself, a lot of us on the right, either moderate or far right, which I'm not. I don't consider myself far right. Some people do, but we did start wearing those shirts, so we did kind of take it and make it into a symbol. So,
which shirts? What do you mean?
Well, the mugshot of Donald Trump. Like
the shirt, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the left that kind of forced us into that, though, because they were so proud that they had his mugshot. Well,
see, that's what I'm saying. For hating him so much, they sure do know a lot about him.
I know. One thing I love about Trump is I love to watch him push the buttons.
I know. Remember, like when Jimmy Kimmel was suspended from those networks, and somebody said, "Look, Trump figured out the way to trick liberals to boycott Disney." Even though it's not exactly the truth. Trump did not fire him or anything, but it just thought it was pretty funny.
No, it is. It is. And I mean, I do believe again in the freedom of speech, but I don't and never have believed in, nor will ever I believe in hate speech. And so, I think if these radical people, kind of like Becca was saying earlier, if you want to be that way on your own, together, not around those of us who want more normal, live and let live kind of lifestyles,
Yeah, I mean now they're so concerned about the freedom of speech, because it's their side who got in trouble, and now they remembered about the freedom of speech. But and this is the same side who cheered on the killing of an innocent person for speaking. For speaking out. That's just so hypocritical. It's so disgusting.
Well, they call us Nazis. They call us fascists. Very, very mean terms. They call us reprehensible. They call us know-nothings. They call us despicable, stupid, dumb. They call us all those things. But when we silence them for praising an act of assassination and murder and martyrdom, then they get all butthurt. Again, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, you hypocrites. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, what can you do? I mean,
That's a very interesting question. We need to do something.
Well, if you guys don't mind, we still have a few minutes. If it's okay, I was gonna ask Brandon because you mentioned tonight in passing you were talking something about ChatGPT and Gemini, and you said Perplexity. So I was gonna ask you. I've heard about Perplexity a lot. but I've never tried it, and I wanted to see what you'd say. Do you recommend it or what it's
What is
like?
it?
It's
So,
well, Brent, have Brent explain.
Perplexity's big thing is it claims that it's accurate. So I asked it specifically about Gemini because I resonate pretty well with Gemini, and it admits Gemini is more creative than me, but I'm more accurate though. I'm more fact based. I'm not as creative. I'm more concerned with facts and accuracy. So
Well, that's creepy that it does those kinds of comparisons.
yeah, so if you need that, like if you're a journalist or a historian, I mean, if you need really accurate answers,
Who does Gemini?
No, Perplexity.
Oh, Perplexity. Okay.
Yeah.
So you find it more accurate than ChatGPT or Gemini, right?
Well, that's what it says about itself. I don't know. I've never done a direct comparison.
Well, of course it's going to say that about itself.
well, I know.
Well,
I know,
if it's conceded, but how many human characteristics do these computers have?
Well, no. But who is it that makes Perplexity? It's not Anthropic. They keep getting in trouble. That's Claude. I would not tell you guys to try Claude. That's made by Anthropic. Anthropic keeps getting in trouble.
Are these all AI tools? Is that what these are?
Yeah.
Wait,
I
Claude,
still
is
have
it?
not tried any of this stuff. I don't think
No, I
I need
haven't
AI
either.
in my life. I don't think I'm going to bother with it. Other than my ALEXA, I think she's enough AI for me.
Yeah.
Well, don't mess with Claude. Anthropic keeps getting into trouble.
So what's that first word? Is it Claude? CLOD?
No, it's CLAUD. Or maybe it's AUGE, maybe.
And can you spell the other ones you've spoken about for our viewers so they know? Can you say that and spell them?
So Perplexity, it's called Perplexity AI, but it's PERPLEXITY.
Perplexity AI, okay.
And what the third one? Musk's, Elon Musk. What was it called?
Grok.
Grok.
That's just GROC, Grok.
Is that named after his child? Because doesn't he have a child named Grok?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
That one claims to be really, 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 really smart. Like it can pass any exam. It might not be accurate, it might not be creative, but it's really, really, really smart.
Oh wow.
So they
Grok
say
is
so if you download one of these AI apps, what do you do with them, Brandon? You just take a picture of anything and it just tells you about it, or what good are these apps?
Oh, I mean,
AI
I converse with them. I just ask them, hey, what do you think about this? Or for example, what do you think about sea salt versus pink Himalayan salt? Is any of them really worth it? Or is it all just a dadgum scam? Just to see what they say. And I talk to them like that, like the way that I talk, just to see what they say.
So these are good. These are good for people who don't have a lot of friends. Is that what you're saying? People who need someone to talk to?
No, that's not what I said. But I ask it questions that don't have a factual answer to see what they say, because there is no, as a matter of fact, salt is salt is salt. If you like one, you like one. If you like it,
yeah.
So I want to know, write me a story about this, or what do you think about this car versus that car? Like I just want to know what they say.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But have I made any money from them? No, I haven't tried to monetize any of them.
Yeah, I was considering downloading Perplexity. But do you have to pay for it or it's free?
You can, but I don't though. I don't pay for any of them at this point. I just use the.
Yeah, I don't either.
They have free versions, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use ChatGPT extensively.
Does VoiceOver are all the buttons and stuff accessible on them, so they're easy to use, or are they
so I have a Galaxy phone, so I don't know.
But, you don't know. Okay.
It's pretty accessible. It's pretty well. It's pretty well done.
You
I mean, there are some
iPhone?
glitches sometimes.
Anya, do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it works pretty good. Like you were asking what to use it for. Like I use for many, many different things. But one example I can give, which is very useful, like if you're doing something on a computer and you need some command that you don't know, like JAWS command or NVDA, whatever you use, screen reader, and you don't feel like looking up online and reading through the website and finding the right part. So I just simply asked ChatGPT, okay, so I'm on Google Drive and I need to, let's say, share a file. I'm a JAWS user. How do you do that? So it tells me step by step where to press, what to do. And like it was the other day, I was on a Zoom call on my computer and they asked me to do screen sharing. and I tried to tab and arrow keys, like nothing was working. I couldn't figure out how to do arrow key. I mean, screen share. So I asked ChatGPT. I was like, "Hey, how do you do a screen share on a desktop computer in Zoom call using screen reader?" And it tells me Alt S. I think it was Alt S. I was like, "Okay, thanks."
Yeah.
So
Yeah. See, and I use it for that kind of stuff too. Yeah.
I didn't know. Wow,
Very
that's
good.
cool. So I can get those kinds of details about obscure information. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
That is
In
incredible.
fact, I asked Gemini today, do you know if a certain book is available on Bard? And I didn't think it would. I thought it was, oh, I'm sorry, that's a specialized service. But no, it was like, yes, in fact. By searching the Bard catalog, I can, in fact, tell you that this book is. I'm like, whoa. It can
Wow.
tell me that
oh
book.
yeah, I've done that. I've done with
Good.
ChatGPT.
Did it give you the BRL number or whatever so you knew it actually accessed the right information though?
Probably. I didn't ask that.
USBN.
Oh yeah, USBN number or whatever. You know how it gives you when you. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I asked about Bookshare. Like, I can not only ask about book recommendations, but when it gives me, and I can say, "Can you check if this book is in a Bookshare?" So I don't have to go.
I bet it could answer questions about the Braille table and stuff too. Then I bet it could answer questions about the Braille cell and stuff too. Then, huh?
I bet it would.
And the Braille table and. Well, that's cool.
Why I play with them. Yeah, see, this is
I'm
why
gonna
I
have
play
to
with them.
test her. Yeah, I'm gonna test some of that stuff. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, it shouldn't be hard. You were threatening to do that, Becca, like many times. You should do it.
I'll see if I can. So, Brandon, which one would you guys recommend I try first? I have an iPhone.
Well, ChatGPT is the biggest and most well known. So that's a very safe, very stable, very well known.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so I probably should start with that one since
That's the one I've heard a lot about.
And but then if you don't want to really rep Google, I get it. You're an iPhone user, so then maybe try like Perplexity or Grok or.
ChatGPT is Google. Okay, yeah, I probably.
No. Gemini is Google.
Oh, okay.
But Gemini competes with ChatGPT.
I don't recommend Grok though. Grok.
No,
first
you
of
don't
all,
like it?
No. Well, first of all, it's not free, so it gives you 3-day trial.
Oh, it used to be. Oh, I got you.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I think it's $6 a month.
Gotcha.
But it's not. I mean, my husband downloaded it, and he tried it for a while, for a month, and like we compared the two, and we concluded that ChatGPT was more interactive, more I wouldn't say accurate per se, more accurate, but overall, like we liked ChatGPT. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if your husband was like studying for the LSAT exam or something, Grok would be great. But outside of that, yeah, it's not real creative or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially ChatGPT is free.
Well, you could get a paid version. It's like $20 a month.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6 p.m.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, please join us again next week for another exciting episode.
Check out AI.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
you guys.
Good night,
See you guys
everybody.
later. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Thank you for watching Becca's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.